Hey guys, Jacob with Jacob Comics. Happy New Comic Book Day, May 17th, 2023. I hope you guys found all your books where you expected to find them, mailed to you on your new LCS, local comic book shop wall, or maybe you have a cubby at your local comic shop. Either way, however you guys got your comics this week, I hope you guys got all the issues you were looking for. I know I did, in probably the biggest stack I've had since last summer. And before we go ahead and get dived into the loud and mysterious black bag of new comics this week, let's go ahead and take a look at the books that we got last week and see how they, lined up. So I got 6 books last week. So we'll start in the number 6 slot with X-Men Red number 11, which continued the story of what's going on with Storm as she travels back to Araco. And I actually like this issue a bit more than Immortal X-Men 11. Though Immortal X-Men 11 explained, more about what was going on with Sins of Sinister and got me caught up having skipped that miniseries. This one set up a new story arc and some new things that are happening, and I don't want to spoil any of that, but it was a pretty good read. I wasn't mad about it. There was better books this week. So in the number 5 slot, we have Batman Incorporated number 8, with a lot of setup in this issue, the art maintaining its extremely high level, and I don't it's kind of spoiled on the cover, I guess, but so Joker has this new group of bad guys, and actually Joker shows up in this. And yeah, I mean, I don't know, Ghostface is gonna have to take on Joker and this group of Batman bad guys. I'm kind of excited for that. It feels even bigger scope than I expected Batman Incorporated to go. So I'm having a lot of fun with it. And then Wolverine 33 is a dark kind of adult, as it says down here, mature readers or mature audience, something like that. Parental advisory, there you go. This one's a bit darker, so hey, if you guys are looking for Marvel to skew a bit violent, blood and gore everywhere, this might be the book for you. It's definitely a lot of fun. Even though, as you guys will see, the number 1 book on the list I think was just as bloody, if not even more. But we'll jump to number 3. We have Green Lantern number 1. So this is Hal Jordan returning to Earth. I thought they did an admirable job. I wouldn't say they knocked it out of the park and shot themselves into the number 1 slot as my favorite book of the week. But number 3, it was a respectable story. I'm intrigued, and I'm going to pick up issue number 2. No spoilers as to what's going on, just that Hal Jordan is back. I guess I will say, because it's sort of set up for whatever story they're telling, and, will lead to your curiosity or not curiosity. He's been gone for so long that his girlfriend's actually with someone else now, so we'll see how that plays out. And if you were wondering, I saw a lot of people negatively review this, but as always, guys, I give my personal and honest opinions here on the channel. I don't let anybody sway me one way or the other. So this book landed at number 2 for me. It kind of brought me to tears twice, actually. There was 2 separate times that I got a bit choked up, more than I have in a comic in a hot minute. And it, sometimes I might shed a little bit of a tear, but what happens in this book, without spoiling anything, the first part the first thing that kind of happened really pulled at my heartstrings, and I gotta give it number 2. So I think it's been a fantastic read. Everything that happened, I I was like, it was kind of a big catharsis of having read this storyline for a whole year and not really liking where any of it's been going. And I kind of have to admit that I feel like he told this story in such a way, and maybe kind of dragging it out helped me and some other people get to this point, but he told it in such a way that I can accept that Mary Jane's with someone else now. And that's not a spoiler at this point. We've known that for 2 years. So I'm not spoiling the story, just that's my personal take on what I read. And in the number one spot, again, is Spider-Man 2099 number 2. And I super duper enjoyed this book. I had a lot of fun with it. Orlando is killing it. The art for these Spider-Man miniseries kind of seems to change issue by issue, which does detract a little bit from the feel that was created in issue 1. And then this book kind of has a different feel that you sort of have to modulate to, but I still thought that the writing was consistently the same, though this issue 2 doesn't run as smoothly throughout as issue 1 did. Issue 2 does have a couple of spots where you're like, okay, we're kind of jumping, you might have to look at it twice. We're jumping pretty quickly through time, getting a lot of story and information dumps, sort of, if you will, going on. But then we get back to really what's happening with this story. And I think that's where it really earns and won me back, and I was like, okay, yeah, cool. Let's get back into this story. And that is, did it get a parental advisory? It did not, but needless to say, an old X-Men 2099 bad guy shows up, and he is as evil as he always has been, and quite a bit. Yeah, I don't know if it's for little kids. It was bloody. If you like, and it's still continuing this really cool, like, futuristic feel of a future in apocalypse, and things aren't going well, right? So I had a lot of fun with it. It landed itself in the number 1 spot. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get dived into this loud and mysterious black bag here and see what we picked up this week for New Comic Book Day. Now, there was a lot of books this week. Like I said, it might be the biggest stack, and then I did pick up a couple of back issues as well. So yeah, all right, let's get dived into it. First off, I kind of lined these up. Obviously, we just went over Spider-Man. What is it? Dark Genesis. Yeah, Spider-Man 2099 Dark Genesis number 2. What's kind of been actually fun with this title is it's coming out weekly, and unlike the last time they tried this, so far, fingers crossed, they have kept on schedule. 3rd week in a row, we have Spider-Man 2099, a new book on the shelves to read. Pretty excited about that, actually. So, Spider-Man 2099 Dark Genesis number 3. Another interesting factoid about this book that's going on here in the whole issues, they've also been doing some legacy numbering on here, which they have it at issue 95 right now. So heading close towards the 100th issue for Spider-Man 2099. I kind of feel like that's a really cool milestone for my favorite character. He's gotten some love out throughout the years, right? Next up, picked up X-Men number 22. Just a awesome cover, man. And this has been my top X-Men read throughout the different titles that X-Men has. Though I do enjoy what's going on in Wolverine and X-Force, which are sort of dual titles together. That one's been a bunch of fun, honestly. by that one's that one's by Duggan, and then Wolverine and X-Force are by Percy. And these are the titles that have kind of stuck through, along with X-Men Red and Immortal X-Men. So there's not as many X-Men titles going as there used to be. X-Force 40, so I picked up that came out this week too. Kind of interestingly enough, hit us with 2 X-Men issues in the same week. And that's an awesome cover also. If you guys have been watching the channel for a little while, they got like Omega Red on the team. Laura Kinney actually just joined the team. So this is the new cloned younger version of X-23, not the older one that... It's a long story, but there's 2 Wolverines right now, or 3. There's 3 Wolverines because there's 2 of the Laura Kinney clones. Yes, the poor girl has been cloned multiple times. Twice to be exact. But so that one, she's joined the team now, and the other one is in the X-Men book. Kind of interesting, because they're different characters. They're not the same character. One's kind of in this love relationship, long-term relationship with Sync, and this one is kind of young and doesn't want to listen to anybody, wants to do her own thing. She's very Wolverine-like. We picked up Guardians 2 here. This the first one, I was really enjoying the writing and the art. And this cover, look at this. This cover is fire. It's just, that is such an awesome Gamora. I'm loving that. And I'm not sure. I don't think she's fighting against them. I think this is just the way that she's holding the sword in the reflection. But it's kind of a homage to the Hulk 340 with look in her blade, you can see Peter Quill, Star-Lord's mask, like she's kind of next to him. I'm loving that. That cover is, once you get even closer, it's really awesome. And then we got Venom 19. Check this guy out, like some sort of new symbiote. I don't know, it even says up here, in this issue, a new symbiote enters the fray after a brutal battle with the Gold Goblin. So I guess he's, carrying over. I read Gold Goblin. Not exactly sure what's going on there, but I'm guessing they're going to kind of tell us that it must be, one of the bad guys or whatever from Gold Goblin has now got some sort of crazy suit, like a symbiote suit. We'll find out. Like I said, it was a giant. This week was crazy. And then we got, this one's Carnage Reigns Part 2 of 7. So I didn't pick up the alpha, but I am, picking up the ongoing titles. So I'm kind of jumping in this story, I guess, at Part 2. Looks like he's got Miles. Carnage has Miles. Yikes! I love how this cover up here is super reminiscent of the 90s Maximum Carnage logo, bringing back the vibe there. Carnage Reigns Part 2 of 7. Miles Morales Spider-Man number 6 with a really cool cover too. And is this there's so many new books this week. So I picked up a variant on this one. They didn't have any more cover A's at my shop. And I like this. I like this one. I'm reading the story, so I'm like, I need issue 4. Cool variant cover. I'm not gonna lie. So Red Goblin number 4, just a story I've been enjoying. I want to read more about this silly kind of like super young symbiote that just has a great personality. And this part probably due to the writer. I should give props to the writer on that. It does not show their name on the front since it's a variant. I'm sorry. I don't know who's writing that one. I forget. But yeah, I'm having fun with that Red Goblin. And then we got this Titans number 1. I'm giving it a try. And it's Tom Taylor too. I was like, that almost feels like a no-brainer because I've really been enjoying the Nightwing run that Tom Taylor's been writing. And so, fresh new number one. Tom Taylor's writing it. It's Titans. It's all the classic characters there on the front cover. As far as I can see, we've got Nightwing. I always forget her name. Cyborg, Beast Boy, Raven. I think it's Starfire. If I'm wrong, I feel bad. And then I guess they've added to the team. Maybe it's a younger Flash, although it kind of looks to me like Barry Allen's Flash, but Flash, and I think that's the Wonder Woman girl, right? The Yara Flores. I'm guessing at some of them. I haven't read the book yet, but we picked up Titans number one. Looking forward to reading that. I like Tom Taylor's writing, and I've watched the Titans cartoon a bunch of times, and the Titans Go, and I enjoy those characters. So we're gonna give it a try, so I've been getting recommended this one down in the comments. Hey, promo, like, if you've watched this far into the video, like, comment, and subscribe. Helps the YouTube algorithm spread me out so more comic people can find my Fun Times channel about comic books. But I've had some people comment down below, and watching some of the other YouTube channels that I do. This thing's just been getting great reviews. It's written by Mark Waid and art by Mora, which is the same creative team that's been on World's Finest. And I didn't get World's Finest when it first came out, and then it just kept getting these rave reviews. And by like issue 5 or 6, I'm like, oh, do I want to try to track down all the issues? No, it can't keep getting these good reviews. Batman and Superman, where it's probably gonna end. And long story short, they're on issue 15 now, and it's still, every issue people have always been raving about it. So I went back and I was like, what I will do is I'll pick up Mark Waid and Dan Mora's new series, because this has been getting reviewed really well as well. And I super enjoyed those Shazam movies. Fault me, but I really enjoyed Shazam 1 and 2. Kind of endeared the character to me, honestly. And so I'm going to give this a try. I know it came out a couple weeks ago, so it's kind of a back issue, but got another back issue here. So this is a back issue I picked up. Issue 2 has yet to come out, so I think it's just from last week or the week before. So we're going to give that a try. And then I picked up this back issue too, because I graded my copy of Amazing Spider-Man number 6 from the current run. I think it's volume 6 or whatever. I graded my copy, and and then I realized, like, later as I was looking through, a completionist that I am, noticed I didn't have this one in there, and I was like, oh, I thought I had 2 copies. Usually if I grade them, I'll make sure I have 2, but I hadn't on this one. Anyways, here it is. All I could find was the variant. They didn't have any more cover A's, but this is a cool variant that I actually remember when I saw it on the wall, had almost kind of picked up, because it's pretty neat. It's got a bunch of the Spider-Man different versions. You got Spider-Punk up here, Black Suit Spider-Man, Spider-Woman, Peter Porker, this Western Spider-Man guy. I'm not sure, Daredevil looking Spider, or like a 3-armed Spider-Man. You guys tell me. I don't know, but I picked up its Amazing Spider-Man variant for issue 9. Wasn't it 900? I swear it was. Yeah, Legacy 900. So variant, it's issue number 6, Legacy 900. Kind of a big, thick, fat one. Just needed it as a completionist. So that's what I had today. Honestly, like a giant week, right? As always, thanks guys if you watch this far into the video. We'll see you guys next time, and have a great day.